Inside a neuron, the network that builds you. Imagine the densest forest on Earth, not a forest made of trees, but a forest inside your brain. Every thought you have, every movement you make, every memory you keep begins with a tiny cell called a neuron. And every neuron has a job. First, there are the dendrites. Think of them as branches reaching outward into the world. They receive information from other neurons, signals related to what you see, hear, feel, remember, fear, learn, or decide. Covering many dendrites are tiny structures called dendritic spines. They are like leaves on a tree, and they matter more than you might think, because these tiny spines can change. They can grow, shrink, strengthen, or disappear depending on what your brain repeatedly experiences. That is one of the foundations of neuroplasticity. Your brain is not fixed, it physically adapts to what you repeatedly do, think, practice, and learn. At the center of the neuron is the soma, or cell body. This is the control center. It produces energy, maintains the cell, protects its genetic information, and decides what to do with the signals arriving from the dendrites. Then comes the axon. If dendrites are the branches receiving messages, the axon is the highway sending them forward. When enough information reaches the neuron, it crosses a threshold. Then the neuron fires. An electrical signal, called an action potential, travels down the axon at incredible speed. In some cases, these signals can move at hundreds of kilometers per hour, and myelin helps make that possible. Myelin is like insulation around an electrical cable. It allows the signal to jump quickly along the axon, making communication faster and more efficient. Finally, the signal reaches the synapse. A synapse is the microscopic space between one neuron and another. The neurons do not physically touch. Instead, chemical messengers called neurotransmitters cross the gap and influence the next cell. This happens millions of times every second. And here is the most important part. The more a specific connection is used, the more efficient and stable it can become. Repeated practice strengthens pathways. Repeated focus strengthens pathways. Repeated habits strengthen pathways. This is called long-term potentiation. In simple terms, what you repeat, your brain becomes better at doing. That includes learning a language, building confidence, training your body, managing emotions, or reinforcing distractions and unhealthy habits. Your brain is always building its forest. Every action is helping decide which branches grow stronger. So choose carefully what you repeat, because repetition is not only training your body, it is training your brain.